Learn to let go and be happy alone. Dr. Joe Dispenza Motivation. Stoicism. In today's world, we often look for happiness in relationships, achievements, or material things. But what if the secret to true happiness lies within us, not outside? True fulfillment comes from learning to be content with yourself, embracing solitude and letting go of the need for validation from others. In this video, we'll explore how Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings and Stoic philosophy can help you find happiness by mastering your thoughts and emotions, rather than depending on external sources. By learning to be happy alone, you stop seeking approval from others and start creating a life based on your own values and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches us to embrace life as it is and find fulfillment from within. When we align with our true selves, we discover a lasting sense of joy that no external circumstances can take away. If you're ready to break free from the need for external validation and live a life of inner freedom, you're in the right place. Let's dive into how you can start living your best life today. Stoic in your life. Number 1. Changing our mindset on happiness. A profound transformation we can undergo is shifting from a victim mentality to a creator mindset. Many of us, particularly as we age, can feel powerless, believing that external circumstances or others' actions control our thoughts and emotions. This sense of helplessness can make us think happiness depends on outside factors. However, both modern Stoicism and Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings remind us that we have the power to shape our thoughts and emotions, no matter what happens around us. We are not passive recipients of life's events, but active creators of our reality. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. This is the core of modern Stoicism, understanding that while we can't control external events, we control how we react to them. Adopting a creator mindset helps us realize that our thoughts and feelings shape our lives not just as reactions but as active forces. This awareness empowers us to stop blaming others or circumstances for our unhappiness. Instead, we take responsibility for our emotional responses. Happiness is no longer something dependent on others or outside events. It becomes a result of how we choose to respond. Dr. Joe Dispenza wisely states, "The moment you decide to change, everything changes." When we shift from being reactive to proactive, we change the way we perceive and experience life. No longer do we wait for happiness to come from others or circumstances. We take control, knowing that happiness is something we can create from within. This shift is liberating. It frees us from the belief that we're at the mercy of life. Instead, we become the architects of our own emotional and mental worlds. Modern Stoicism reinforces this by teaching us that, while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we react. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is especially valuable as we face the external pressures of work, family, or societal expectations, which can feel overwhelming at midlife or beyond. By accepting that our emotional well-being is within our control, we stop letting others or situations dictate how we feel. We begin to make conscious choices that align with our core values, which leads to increased self-esteem, empowerment, and emotional freedom. No longer bound by external opinions, we start creating a life that aligns with our true desires. As Seneca put it, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In a world filled with distractions, true freedom lies not in escaping these demands, but in mastering our responses to them. This mindset shift is a profound journey of self-discovery, especially for those later in life. It's never too late to start taking control of your life and shaping your reality. Rather than waiting for circumstances to change, we can change our perspective. By creating a space of calm and clarity within, we reclaim our peace. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that this mindset shift can rewire the brain, transforming emotional patterns. It's about owning the energy we bring into each moment and realizing we have the power to transform our experiences. Modern Stoicism offers not just ancient wisdom, but practical guidance for living a life of intention and meaning. Embracing this philosophy means realizing that happiness isn't a distant goal, but a state of being we can cultivate at any stage of life. Letting go of the need for external validation and focusing on internal fulfillment opens us up to a more meaningful and content life. As we age, it's easy to fall into nostalgia or regret, thinking happiness was something we missed. But Stoic wisdom reminds us that the past cannot be changed. True freedom exists in the present moment. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, said Marcus Aurelius. This shift from a victim to a creator mindset is not just motivational, but a powerful way to engage with life at any age. By embracing this philosophy, we free ourselves from dependence on external factors and take full ownership of our emotional and mental landscapes. We begin to create the life we want, not by waiting for things to change, but by changing how we think, feel, and act. Happiness becomes something we create, not something we wait for. With the wisdom of modern Stoicism and Dr. Joe Dispenza's teachings, we can learn to let go of the need for external validation and step into our own power. This journey of self-mastery is available to everyone, at any age, willing to let go of the past, embrace the present, and create the future they desire. Number 2. Exploring happiness from within. True happiness isn't found in material possessions, achievements, or the approval of others. It's an internal state that comes from accepting, appreciating, and loving ourselves unconditionally. In today's world, we often look for happiness outside ourselves, believing that acquiring more, whether it's a bigger house, a new car, or praise from others, will bring joy. But the satisfaction from these external sources is temporary. Once we achieve what we desire, the happiness fades, leaving us searching for the next thing. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." True happiness comes from within, shaped by our response to life's challenges, not by what we own or accomplish. At the core of lasting happiness is self-love. When we fully accept ourselves, flaws and all, we no longer need others' validation to feel worthy. Too often we seek external approval, thinking it will make us complete. But self-love is about respecting and caring for ourselves as we would a close friend. It's understanding that our worth isn't defined by others' judgments or our achievements. This practice aligns with modern Stoicism, which teaches that we have the power to shape our inner world, regardless of external chaos. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When we recognize that our thoughts influence our emotions, we gain control over our inner world and can cultivate lasting happiness. Many people mistakenly believe that happiness is something to be found in future achievements or external circumstances. We think happiness will come when we reach a certain milestone, whether it's a promotion, a new relationship, or financial success. But this mindset only keeps us in a cycle of longing, always waiting for the next thing. The future is uncertain, and focusing too much on it prevents us from enjoying the present. True happiness begins in the here and now. By practicing gratitude, we can appreciate the small joys in our lives, like a warm cup of tea or a kind gesture. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, unlocking happiness that is always available to us. Mindfulness is another key practice for cultivating happiness. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our thoughts and emotions without judgment. It helps us respond thoughtfully to situations, rather than reacting impulsively. Often, we are trapped in negative thought patterns or self-limiting beliefs, which prevent us from finding peace. Through mindfulness, we can observe these thoughts without identifying with them, realizing that they are temporary and within our control. Mindfulness breaks the cycle of external pressures, allowing us to create happiness from within. The Stoics remind us that true happiness isn't about accumulating wealth, power, or validation from others. It's about cultivating a peaceful mind that isn't disturbed by external events. Epictetus famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Contentment comes not from acquiring more, but from needing less." When we stop relying on material possessions or external success to define our happiness, we find fulfillment in accepting who we are, where we are, and what we have. Happiness isn't a distant goal but a state to be experienced in the present. Modern Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to shape our inner world. By turning inward and letting go of the constant pursuit of external validation, we discover that happiness resides within us. Happiness is not something we find outside ourselves, but something we create through our thoughts, attitudes, and choices. By practicing self-love, gratitude, and mindfulness, we create an internal environment where peace and joy can thrive. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." The key to happiness lies not in what we possess, but in how we choose to see the world and ourselves. When we stop striving for external approval and material success, we unlock the greatest freedom of all, the ability to be happy on our own terms. By letting go of the need for external validation, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of seeking more and open ourselves to a life grounded in self-acceptance and inner peace. In today's world where the pressure to achieve and seek approval is constant, embracing these Stoic teachings can be transformative. True happiness does not come from a bigger house or a higher-paying job, but from within. Through self-love, gratitude, and mindfulness, we can find lasting joy in the present moment and live more authentic, content lives. The Stoic wisdom offers us timeless lessons to help us navigate modern life with resilience and tranquility, finding happiness not in external circumstances but in the way we choose to see the world. Number 3. Benefits of being happy alone. In today's fast-paced world, we're often told that happiness comes from the approval and presence of others. We hear phrases like, "You're only as happy as your relationships." But what if happiness doesn't depend on anyone else? What if it starts within? The idea of being happy alone might feel daunting at first, but the rewards are transformative. When we learn to be content in our own company, we unlock an inner freedom that many search for their entire lives. This isn't just about being alone. It's about discovering a version of ourselves that is whole and complete, capable of thriving, without needing constant validation from others. This is where Stoic secrets come into play. Philosophies that teach us that true peace, joy, and resilience come from within, not from external sources. One of the most profound benefits of learning to be happy alone is the opportunity to rediscover who you truly are, without the influence of others' opinions or expectations. Have you ever stopped to consider what you really want, independent of what others expect from you? Being alone offers the space to reconnect with your core desires, values, and passions, those things that excite and fulfill you. It's a process of self-discovery that allows you to explore new interests, pick up forgotten hobbies, and dive deep into reflection. In a world filled with distractions, it's easy to lose touch with yourself. How often have you wished for more time to just be? Now you have the chance to do just that. Being alone also creates the opportunity to cultivate something invaluable: inner peace. Imagine waking up each day feeling content, not because of what you have or who you're with, but simply because you exist. When you stop depending on others for validation or happiness, you open the door to a deeper kind of fulfillment. Happiness is no longer something external but a state of being. This realization is liberating. You begin to understand that you are already complete, and you no longer need someone else to make you feel enough. Have you ever considered the freedom that comes from simply accepting yourself exactly as you are? As you grow comfortable being alone, you also develop emotional resilience. Think about the last time you faced a challenge. How did you handle it? When you're at peace with your own company, you learn to navigate your emotions without needing others to guide you. You become your own emotional anchor, growing stronger and more confident. This emotional independence allows you to face difficulties with clarity and courage. Challenges no longer seem like obstacles to avoid, but as opportunities to learn and grow. Isn't it empowering to know you have the strength within you to handle whatever life throws at you? Learning to be happy alone also has a profound effect on your relationships with others. When you're content with yourself, you no longer seek relationships to fill a void or define your worth. Instead, you approach relationships from a place of abundance. You offer love, kindness, and support, not because you need it, but because you want to share it. Isn't it much more fulfilling to be in a relationship where both people are whole, rather than relying on the other to complete you? This kind of emotional independence builds healthier, more sustainable relationships based on mutual respect and growth. A close friend of mine went through a tough breakup last year. She was devastated, feeling lost without her partner. But instead of rushing into another relationship or seeking validation from others, she took a break from dating. She focused on herself, reconnecting with old hobbies, meditating, and spending time with friends. In doing so, she learned more about herself than she ever had before. Months later, when she did enter a new relationship, she wasn't looking for someone to fix her. She was looking for someone to grow with. This is the power of learning to be happy alone. What are the Stoic secrets that help us embrace this mindset? They are simple, yet profound. Focus on what you can control, be present in the moment, and understand that your happiness comes from within. In a world that constantly tells us we need more people, more things, more approval, being happy alone is an act of resistance. It's a reminder that you are enough, just as you are. Once you accept this, you'll find that the relationships, opportunities, and experiences you attract will be far more fulfilling than you imagined. The key takeaway is that happiness doesn't lie in the approval of others. It comes from self-acceptance, being present, and facing life with courage. So, the next time you feel alone, ask yourself, what can I learn from this moment? You might discover that being alone is exactly what you need to find your truest, happiest self. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. How do you find happiness when you're alone? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Was it, I find peace in my alone time? Or, it's hard, but I'm learning to accept it? Or, happiness comes from within, I agree. And don't forget to watch until the end of the video. There's a lot more valuable content, especially the last 3 tips that you won't want to miss. Number 4. Practices for being happy alone. Finding happiness in solitude is a deeply empowering practice that requires intentional effort and patience. It is not an overnight transformation, but a gradual journey towards self-contentment. Foundation of this process lies in cultivating self-love. Self-love is not selfishness. Rather, it is about honoring our worth and treating ourselves with kindness and respect, especially in times of uncertainty or self-doubt. By practicing self-love, we create an emotional foundation that is independent of others. It allows us to nurture our own well-being, reminding us that true happiness is not dependent on external validation. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Self-love requires conscious, active choices that shape our emotional landscape, irrespective of external influences. Another powerful practice for happiness in solitude is reflection and mindfulness. These practices encourage us to connect with our inner world, observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By engaging in mindfulness, we learn to be fully present in the moment, rather than seeking constant external validation. Meditation and journaling offer tools for reflection, helping us explore our desires, values, and emotional states with greater clarity. In modern Stoicism, this mindful awareness is crucial for maintaining control over our internal state. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By cultivating mindfulness, we learn to manage our emotions and thoughts, enabling us to maintain inner peace, regardless of what is happening around us. Exploring personal hobbies is another essential part of enjoying solitude. Hobbies help us reconnect with our passions, fostering a sense of fulfillment and joy that is independent of others. Whether it's painting, reading, or gardening, Dedicating time to something we love reminds us that we can find satisfaction on our own terms. Hobbies are not distractions. They are vital practices for self-sufficiency and creativity. As Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "A man who has committed himself to the pursuit of virtue has no need for anything outside himself." Engaging in hobbies allows us to nurture our creativity and experience joy that does not depend on anyone else's involvement. This is an essential step in learning to find happiness within, rather than relying on external factors. Embracing solitude is another transformative practice. Solitude is often misunderstood as loneliness, but in reality, it provides a rare opportunity for self-discovery. In solitude, we can reflect, recharge, and deepen our understanding of ourselves. It allows us to gain mental clarity, reconnect with our inner wisdom, and refine our values. Rather than seeing solitude as a negative experience, we can embrace it as an empowering tool for introspection and personal growth. Modern Stoicism teaches us to distinguish between solitude and loneliness, recognizing that the former is a means to personal strength and insight. Lao Tzu, the great philosopher, once said, "Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom." Solitude offers us the space to gain this wisdom, helping us navigate life with greater clarity and intention. Setting and maintaining personal boundaries is equally important for cultivating happiness when alone. Boundaries protect our energy and well-being by ensuring that we don't become overwhelmed by external demands. Honoring our own limits allows us to preserve our emotional and mental health, ensuring that we don't overextend ourselves to meet others' expectations. Setting boundaries is not about rejecting others, but about ensuring we have the space and energy to thrive independently. As Epictetus wisely put it, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. By honoring our boundaries, we maintain autonomy over our lives and ensure that we are not swayed by the demands of others, allowing us to create a peaceful, fulfilling existence. When we combine these practices, self-love, mindfulness, personal hobbies, solitude, and boundaries, we create a holistic approach to happiness that starts from within. While it may take time to see the results, the effort invested in these practices leads to greater self-sufficiency and fulfillment. In a world that often emphasizes external validation, these Stoic principles remind us that true happiness comes from within. Modern Stoicism teaches us that the way we engage with the world shapes our experience of happiness. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." By nurturing our inner world through self-love, mindfulness, hobbies, solitude, and boundaries, we can create a life of lasting peace and joy, independent of external circumstances. Number 5. Breaking the myths of loneliness. Loneliness is often viewed as a negative emotion, something to be avoided at all costs. Many people fear it because they associate it with being unloved, abandoned, or disconnected from others. However, loneliness is not inherently bad. It's a signal that we may be disconnected from ourselves. Understanding this distinction is crucial to overcoming the fear of being alone and transforming solitude into an opportunity for personal growth. In today's hyper-connected world, distractions like social media, work, and the constant pursuit of external validation often make it easy to forget the importance of reconnecting with ourselves. As Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Viewing loneliness in this way allows us to see it not as a crisis but as an opportunity to strengthen our relationship with ourselves. Loneliness is not a sign of something missing within us, but a signal for self-connection and self-acceptance. While being alone can feel uncomfortable or unsettling for many, solitude can be enriching and transformative. Society often teaches that constant social interaction leads to happiness, but true fulfillment starts with the relationship we have with ourselves. When we learn to enjoy our own company, we begin to appreciate solitude as an opportunity for introspection, growth, and self-love. As Seneca said, "Loneliness is not the absence of others, but the absence of self." This shift in perspective helps us free ourselves from seeking external validation and find joy in our own presence. This mindset shift enables us to move beyond the belief that we are incomplete without others. Many seek relationships, material success, or achievements to fill emotional gaps, but these often provide only temporary satisfaction. True fulfillment comes from within. Embracing solitude reveals that we are already whole. This realization is liberating. It means we don't need others to complete us. Instead, we can cultivate self-worth that is independent of others' opinions. This is the essence of modern Stoicism, which emphasizes inner peace and self-reliance. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By controlling our thoughts and shifting our mindset, we create inner peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. Moreover, being alone does not equate to isolation. While isolation stems from rejection or negative loneliness, solitude is a conscious choice to spend time with ourselves. In a world that demands constant attention, solitude offers the space to recharge, reflect, and reconnect with our core values. Solitude is not punishment. It's restorative. It provides clarity about who we are and what we truly want from life. Solitude helps build emotional resilience and inner strength, allowing us to confront emotions and work through unresolved issues. This self-reflection leads to personal growth and emotional well-being. A common misconception is that being alone makes us weak or unworthy. In reality, embracing solitude is a sign of strength. It takes courage to face our fears, confront uncomfortable emotions, and sit with them without distractions. By developing a healthy relationship with solitude, we not only become more resilient in life's challenges, but also gain a deeper understanding of our needs and desires. This self-awareness empowers us to take control of our emotional well-being, freeing us from relying on others to fill emotional gaps we can address ourselves. Stoics teach that we have the power to shape our internal world, regardless of external circumstances. When we become comfortable in our own company, we become less reliant on external validation and more attuned to our true feelings. Finally, embracing solitude helps us form healthier, more meaningful relationships. When we enjoy our own company and feel content being alone, we no longer enter relationships out of fear or neediness. Instead, we seek relationships that complement our lives, based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared growth. These relationships are deeper and more fulfilling because they are rooted in emotional independence. As Aristotle said, "The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your relationships." When we nurture ourselves first, we offer more genuine and meaningful connections with others. In today's world, where external pressures and constant connectivity often define our happiness, embracing Stoic wisdom can be transformative. Loneliness, viewed through a Stoic lens, is not something to avoid but a tool for self-discovery. By breaking the myths around loneliness and embracing solitude, we can reconnect with our true selves and uncover the happiness that already resides within us. Practices like mindfulness, self-love, and self-acceptance teach us to be content with our own company, creating a foundation of inner peace that enriches all aspects of our lives. Ultimately, by letting go of the need for constant external validation and embracing solitude, we can live more authentic, fulfilling lives. As the Stoics remind us, the greatest wealth is to live content with little. Number 6. Confidence and independence. Confidence and independence are powerful forces that can transform your life, especially when you learn to be happy alone. Often, we look to others for validation or approval, but true confidence comes from within. It's about understanding who you are, accepting both your strengths and weaknesses, and trusting yourself to navigate life's challenges. When you stop depending on others for reassurance, you tap into a well of self-assurance that helps you face any situation with confidence. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to trust yourself completely without needing others' approval? Real confidence comes from knowing you have the power to handle whatever comes your way. Independence goes hand in hand with confidence. It's the ability to rely on yourself, not just for decisions or problem solving, but for emotional support too. When you're independent, you no longer feel the pressure of others' expectations, and you stop seeking approval for your choices. You are free to pursue your dreams, make decisions based on your own values, and create a life that aligns with who you truly are. How empowering would it be to make decisions based on what you want, rather than what others expect? Independence offers the freedom to live authentically without fear of judgment. Learning to be happy alone is crucial for developing confidence and independence. When we spend time alone, we confront ourselves in ways we often avoid when surrounded by others. We manage our emotions, take responsibility for our well-being, and learn to rely on ourselves. This self-reliance strengthens our emotional resilience, allowing us to tackle life's challenges with greater clarity and composure. Think back to a time when you had to face something on your own. How did you handle it? The more we practice independence, the more confident we become in our ability to handle life. As we grow more independent, we also start to trust ourselves more. Every time we make decisions without seeking approval, we build our confidence. It becomes easier to take risks, embrace new opportunities, and step into the unknown with courage. Imagine how much more you could accomplish if you stopped waiting for others' approval and simply trusted your instincts. This confidence allows you to live authentically, pursue your goals, and follow your dreams without hesitation. Confidence and independence aren't just about surviving. They're about thriving independently. When you trust yourself and your abilities, challenges become opportunities for growth. Adversity no longer feels like something to fear, but as something that can make you stronger. You can pursue your dreams knowing you have the inner resources to overcome obstacles. In relationships, this confidence helps you form healthier, more meaningful connections. These relationships are based on mutual respect, not dependency. Imagine how your relationships might change if you no longer relied on them for validation, but entered them as two whole individuals sharing happiness. I have a friend who went through a tough career transition last year. Initially, she doubted herself and sought constant validation from others. But over time, she spent more time alone, reflecting on her strengths and passions. She trusted her instincts, made decisions based on what felt right for her. And as a result, her confidence grew. She no longer waited for encouragement or approval from others. Eventually, she landed a role that perfectly aligned with her values, all on her own terms. This shift in mindset made all the difference. She stopped seeking approval and focused on creating her own path to success. Isn't that the kind of confidence and independence we all strive for? This journey connects with the Stoic secrets of life. The Stoics taught us that true freedom comes from within. We must focus on what we can control and let go of what we cannot. Confidence and independence flourish when we realize that our happiness doesn't depend on others' opinions or circumstances. By letting go of the need for external validation, we empower ourselves to make decisions based on our own values. This is the essence of true independence, living on your own terms regardless of outside influences. The key takeaway here is that learning to be happy alone is essential for developing confidence and independence. By nurturing these qualities, you'll find life full of opportunities. You'll face challenges with resilience, pursue your dreams with confidence, and build healthier, more meaningful relationships. What would your life look like if you stopped seeking validation from others and fully trusted yourself? By embracing the Stoic secrets of self-reliance and inner peace, you'll unlock a life full of freedom, growth, and fulfillment. Do you believe that embracing loneliness and practicing self-love can lead to true happiness and independence? If you agree, comment yes below. And don't forget to watch until the end. There are 3 surprising tips you won't want to miss. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more empowering content. Let's continue this journey together. Number 7. Learning to face your emotions. Learning to face our emotions is essential for cultivating happiness, especially when seeking contentment in solitude. Emotions, often seen as overwhelming or uncontrollable, are vital aspects of the human experience. They offer valuable insights into our needs, desires, and values. While many avoid or suppress emotions, fearing their intensity, they are not threats but messages that help us understand ourselves better. Rather than running from or ignoring our feelings, we must embrace them. By doing so, we connect more deeply with ourselves and the world around us. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This reminds us that we have the power to shape our emotional responses and how we handle life's challenges. The first step in facing our emotions is to acknowledge them. When we stop avoiding our feelings, whether sadness, anger, fear, or joy, we begin accepting them as natural. Emotions are not good or bad. They simply are. Suppressing them leads to stress and emotional burnout. Allowing ourselves to feel without judgment creates space for emotional processing. This acceptance helps us understand what triggers our emotions and allows us to process them healthily. Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us, "The moment you decide to change, everything changes." Realizing we control our emotional reactions is liberating. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for facing emotions. It teaches us to observe our emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Instead of letting emotions dictate our behavior, mindfulness encourages us to approach them with curiosity and compassion. By practicing mindfulness, we uncover the root causes of our feelings and how they influence our thoughts and actions. For example, when feeling anger, mindfulness helps us observe and understand it without reacting impulsively. This awareness allows us to respond thoughtfully and with balance, helping us maintain emotional stability. Taking responsibility for our emotional responses is another key aspect of facing our emotions. Often we blame others or external circumstances for how we feel, but this disempowers us. Recognizing that we can choose our reactions puts us back in control. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." By taking responsibility for our emotions, we build resilience, enabling us to process difficult feelings without being overwhelmed. Emotional resilience, the ability to recover from emotional challenges, is crucial. Facing our feelings instead of avoiding them builds strength to handle life's ups and downs. Emotional resilience grows stronger with practice, like a muscle. The more we face our emotions with understanding, the better we handle future challenges. This resilience allows us to live authentically, guided by our true selves, not fleeting emotional states. By processing emotions with clarity, we align with our deeper purpose, fundamental to lasting happiness and emotional freedom. Modern Stoicism teaches us that we can master our internal world, regardless of external chaos. By learning to face our emotions, we can navigate challenges without being ruled by them. Emotional mastery empowers us to live with purpose, unaffected by temporary emotional fluctuations. In a world that often encourages suppressing emotions, embracing them makes us stronger and more resilient. It helps us find peace within, rather than waiting for external circumstances to change. The Stoics knew that true freedom lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our responses to it. Facing our emotions is about transforming our relationship with them. Emotions are not obstacles to happiness, but pathways to self-awareness and growth. Through mindfulness, responsibility, and resilience, we become more balanced and authentic. The wisdom of modern Stoicism and figures like Dr. Joe Dispenza reminds us that happiness is not about avoiding emotions, but about how we face and respond to them. By embracing our emotions, we step into emotional mastery, freeing ourselves from external validation and allowing us to live deeply and meaningfully, no matter what life presents. Number 8. Benefits of self-discovery and growth. Self-discovery and personal growth are crucial on the path to learning how to be happy alone. In a world filled with constant social interaction and external pressures, it's easy to lose sight of who we truly are. We become so absorbed in meeting the expectations of society, family, and friends that we often neglect our own desires, values, and passions. The noise and distractions of daily life can drown out our inner voice, making it challenging to connect with what really matters to us. However, by spending time alone, we create space for self-reflection and introspection. This solitude allows us to reconnect with ourselves, discover hidden aspects of our personality, and explore passions or dreams that may have been suppressed by outside influences. As Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, wisely said, "He who is not a good servant will not be a good master." In the same way, if we don't understand ourselves, we can never truly take control of our own lives. One of the greatest benefits of self-discovery is that it gives us the opportunity to understand ourselves on a deeper level. Often, we are so focused on fulfilling others' expectations that we forget to consider our own needs and desires. Through introspection, we can pinpoint areas of our lives that require attention, whether that's overcoming emotional challenges, clarifying our values, or developing new skills. Personal growth is rooted in this self-understanding. This process helps us become the best version of ourselves, enabling us to face life's challenges with confidence and resilience. As Marcus Aurelius famously stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By shifting our focus inward and concentrating on self-awareness, we create a sense of peace that does not depend on external validation or circumstances. Self-discovery also empowers us to set goals that reflect our true desires, not what others expect from us. Understanding who we are allows us to make decisions that are authentic to our values. This clarity enables us to pursue our passions without fear of judgment, and it gives us the courage to follow our own path. In today's world, there's immense pressure to achieve success based on societal standards, career achievements, social status, and material wealth. Yet, when we take time to reflect on what truly brings us joy, we realize that fulfillment comes from aligning our goals with our core values. This alignment propels us to pursue our dreams with greater passion and commitment. Aristotle once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." When we understand ourselves, we can make choices that lead to lasting happiness, rather than the fleeting satisfaction that comes from meeting external expectations. Moreover, self-discovery enhances emotional intelligence, which is essential for navigating the complexities of life. By reflecting on our emotions and reactions, we gain a deeper understanding of how we respond to various situations. This awareness helps us manage our relationships more effectively, cope with challenges, and reduce unnecessary conflict. Emotional intelligence is at the heart of personal growth because it enables us to cultivate stronger, more meaningful connections with others while maintaining inner balance. In today's fast-paced world, where stress and pressure often cloud our judgment, emotional intelligence helps us respond with wisdom and composure. It allows us to become more in tune with our emotions and reactions, ultimately leading to a more peaceful and centered life. Self-discovery and personal growth are continuous processes. They require time, patience, and a willingness to be vulnerable with ourselves. The journey of growth is often non-linear, filled with setbacks and challenges, yet it is precisely through these struggles that we gain valuable insights into ourselves. As we learn and grow, we begin to create a life that is richer, more aligned with our deepest values, and far more fulfilling. The more we invest in our personal development, the more authentic, confident, and content we become. In a world that often demands more of us, choosing to embrace solitude and focus on personal growth is one of the most empowering decisions we can make. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from external circumstances, but from cultivating inner peace and self-sufficiency. By committing to the ongoing journey of self-discovery, we enrich our lives and build the emotional resilience needed to face life's challenges with grace. When we invest in ourselves, we unlock the ability to live a more meaningful, purposeful life, one that reflects our most genuine desires and values. Number 9. Building healthy relationships. Building healthy relationships begins with learning to be happy alone. This isn't just about self-love and independence, but about creating a strong foundation within yourself so you can bring your authentic, whole self into any relationship. Imagine entering a relationship not out of loneliness, but from a place of strength and fulfillment. When you're already content with yourself, you aren't looking for someone to complete you. You want to share in a life that's already full. Think about it. How different would your relationships be if you no longer needed others to validate your worth or happiness? True connection happens when both people are whole, coming together to enhance each other's lives, not to fill gaps. 1. Of the most important aspects of healthy relationships is mutual respect. Respecting ourselves allows us to better respect others' boundaries. It's not about sacrificing our needs, but understanding that our desires can coexist with those of the other person. Have you ever experienced how respecting your own boundaries led to a deeper, more fulfilling connection? When we clearly understand what we need and communicate that openly, we create a strong foundation of trust and understanding. This honesty isn't always easy, but it's essential for relationships to thrive. Emotional independence also plays a significant role in healthy relationships. It's natural to want to share experiences and provide emotional support, but it's just as important to take care of your own emotional well-being. When we're content alone, we don't rely on others to validate or support us emotionally. This independence creates balance in relationships, preventing us from placing unrealistic expectations on others to make us happy. Think about a time you felt secure in a relationship. Was it when you were at peace with yourself or when you relied heavily on someone else for your emotional stability? Vulnerability is another essential ingredient in forming deep, meaningful connections. Being open about your thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment fosters trust. When we are comfortable with ourselves and our emotions, vulnerability becomes easier. Reflect on a relationship where vulnerability was present. How did it strengthen your bond? When both individuals are open and honest, it creates space for authentic intimacy, building a deeper connection based on mutual understanding. Healthy relationships are ultimately based on mutual love, respect, and understanding. When we are happy alone, we bring clarity to what we need from a relationship, what we can give, and what we truly value. This clarity empowers us to form connections that complement, rather than define, our happiness. Relationships should enhance our lives, not complete them. Imagine how your relationships could change if they were rooted in mutual fulfillment and not dependency. Let me share a story. A close friend of mine recently underwent emotional growth. For years, she relied on her partner for happiness, constantly seeking validation and approval. However, once she learned to embrace her independence and be happy alone, her entire relationship shifted. Instead of depending on her partner to fill emotional gaps, she began approaching the relationship as two people sharing life together, not as one trying to fix the other. As a result, their connection grew stronger and more meaningful. Isn't this the type of relationship we all strive for? One based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared growth? This ties back to the Stoic secrets of life. The Stoics taught that true happiness comes from within, not from external sources or validation. Freedom and peace come when we stop relying on others to define our worth. By letting go of dependency, we create relationships based on authenticity and mutual respect, not neediness. Emotional independence and self-respect are fundamental for forming relationships that not only last but truly enrich our lives. What can we learn from this? The key takeaway is simple. Happiness starts with being comfortable alone. When you're content with yourself, you enter relationships with clarity, strength, and authenticity. You no longer depend on others to define your worth. You can give and receive love freely, without the burden of unmet expectations. How can you embrace your happiness and independence today? By applying the Stoic secrets of inner peace and emotional self-reliance, you'll discover the power to build connections that enhance your life. Relationships rooted in mutual respect, love, and authenticity. Are you ready to embrace your emotions and take control of your emotional responses, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life? If you're committed to facing your emotions with understanding and mindfulness, comment, "I'm committed," or "I'm ready," and be sure to watch until the end. There's a surprising and powerful insight you won't want to miss. Number 10. The importance of personal time. In today's fast-paced and constantly connected world, it's easy to forget the importance of spending time alone. Yet, personal time, away from distractions and the demands of others, is essential for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical well-being. When we are constantly surrounded by people or overwhelmed by external stimuli, we lose touch with ourselves, which can lead to a disconnection from our true needs and desires. Personal time offers the space to recharge, reflect, and engage in self-care that nourishes both mind and body. During these quiet moments, we can step back from the noise, process our thoughts, and recalibrate our energy, much like a machine needs rest to operate efficiently. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely noted, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. In modern life, this wasting occurs when we become so consumed by external demands that we forget to pause and reconnect with our inner selves. One of the greatest benefits of personal time is introspection, the opportunity to reflect on our experiences, emotions, and goals without the influence of others. Alone, we can better understand our values, motivations, and desires. It's in solitude that we can ask ourselves key questions such as, where am I in life? Where do I want to go? This form of self-reflection is vital for personal growth and improvement, helping us identify areas where we want to change or grow. Time alone serves as a mirror, allowing us to reflect not just on the past but also on the future we hope to create. By embracing this time, we clear away distractions and create the clarity needed to chart a course that aligns with our true desires. Solitude also provides a chance to disconnect from the distractions of modern life, social media, work pressures, and constant connectivity. Personal time gives us the freedom to focus on activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. Whether it's taking a walk in nature, reading a good book, or engaging in a creative hobby, time alone allows us to reconnect with what truly recharges our spirits. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Solitude nurtures those high-quality thoughts, returning us to a state of mental clarity and focus that's difficult to achieve when we're constantly reacting to the world around us. Another powerful aspect of personal time is that it fosters independence and self-reliance. In solitude, we learn to depend on ourselves for emotional support and guidance. This process strengthens our inner confidence, teaching us that we can handle life's challenges without relying on others. The Stoics emphasize the importance of cultivating inner strength, and spending time alone allows us to do just that. Rather than seeking validation or reassurance from external sources, we come to realize that true security comes from within. Over time, these moments of solitude build emotional resilience, enabling us to navigate adversity with greater ease and confidence. Moreover, personal time helps us achieve balance in a world that constantly pulls us in different directions. The demands of work, family, and social obligations can be overwhelming, and without time to recharge, we risk burnout. Regularly carving out personal time allows us to set boundaries, prioritize our well-being, and create space for reflection and relaxation. This balance between external engagement and internal solitude is essential for long-term happiness and fulfillment. It enables us to refocus on what truly matters, ensuring our energy is spent wisely and in alignment with our values. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Mastering our time and learning to balance social obligations with personal solitude unlocks the freedom to live more authentically and with greater peace of mind. Ultimately, personal time is not a luxury, but a necessity for our growth and well-being. It offers us the chance to reflect, recharge, and reconnect with ourselves, while also helping us develop resilience, independence, and balance. By embracing solitude, we cultivate inner peace and gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we truly want from life. In a world that continuously demands our attention, taking time for ourselves becomes a powerful act of self-care and self-discovery. When we incorporate personal time into our routines, we align ourselves with the timeless wisdom of modern Stoicism, which teaches us to master our emotions and responses regardless of the external chaos. By valuing and embracing personal time, we create space for a meaningful, purposeful life, one in which we are better equipped to face any challenge that comes our way. Number 11. Finding peace in every situation. Finding peace in every situation, regardless of external circumstances, is a key aspect of living a fulfilled and happy life. True peace does not come from a perfect environment or ideal conditions. It comes from within. It is a state of mind that we can cultivate by learning to accept life as it is, with all its challenges and imperfections. When we accept that life is unpredictable and that we cannot control everything, we free ourselves from the constant struggle for control and begin to experience a deeper sense of peace. One way to find peace in every situation is through mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and reactions in real time. This awareness helps us detach from negative emotions and automatic reactions, allowing us to respond to situations with greater clarity and calmness. Mindfulness teaches us to be present in the moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By focusing on the here and now, we can find peace even in the midst of chaos. Another important practice for finding peace is learning to forgive. Holding on to grudges and resentments only keeps us trapped in negativity. Forgiveness, on the other hand, frees us from the emotional burden of anger and hurt. When we forgive others and ourselves, we release the emotional weight that prevents us from experiencing peace. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing, allowing us to move forward with a lighter heart and mind. Accepting what cannot be changed is also essential for finding peace. There are many things in life that are beyond our control, and fighting against them only causes frustration and stress. By accepting these things, we let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives and find peace in surrendering to what is. This doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing that there are times when acceptance is the wisest choice, and peace comes from letting go of resistance. Creating a peaceful environment is crucial for cultivating inner peace. This can be as simple as decluttering our physical space, setting boundaries with others, or creating a calming routine. When we surround ourselves with peace, both internally and externally, we are better able to face life's challenges with grace and composure. As we wrap up, remember that learning to be happy alone is not just about being by yourself. It's about embracing the power of self-discovery, growth, and emotional independence. By shifting our mindset and recognizing that we are the creators of our happiness, we stop looking for fulfillment in external sources and start finding it within. This journey not only leads to greater self-awareness and emotional resilience, but also allows us to build healthier, more meaningful relationships. The path to happiness starts with embracing solitude, not as loneliness but as a valuable opportunity for renewal and personal growth. As we learn to navigate life with confidence and authenticity, we realize that happiness isn't something we chase, but something we create from within. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. And make sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Thank you for being part of this journey to lasting happiness. Keep choosing yourself every day, and I'll see you in the next video.